Welcome back, everybody, to A Lingering Sickness. The last time we met our rogues on the road, we left them finishing up an appointment with the Astromancer, one of the most, if not the most powerful wizard of the world, as well as probably one of the most ancient of the Fae. Um, After having the secrets of the corrupted fairy tree revealed to them and their mission detailed out for them, they were awakened to the horror that possibly this could be a symptom of a larger illness, really. No pun intended here. A larger threat from. It's still not quite confirmed yet if the primordials are actually the instigator in this, or if the Atlanteans are just coincidentally invading. We're not quite sure yet. But a few weeks on the road, now back into the realm of the living, we emerge from the woodland kingdoms with our three a little bit more weather beaten and slightly more confident in at least their position in the world, as well as this backdrop of intrigue and warfare going on and on about them. Some days previously, they were emerging from the brush. They were able to run roughshod over a very beleaguered warband of goblins and one of their troll companions. And Roland was able to capture a missive, some kind of dispatch written in his own native tongue. However, that handwriting seems all very intensely familiar. And thus the letter reads, "To the most bearded and antiquated of kings of the West, I have taken a stronghold in the mountains," which here it will say in brackets, almost as an aside, of whose name I will not attempt to pronounce because the letters would be useless for my Fey hands to produce for you. I am sure that you know which that I mean. It was overrun with goblins and trolls and other fell things in the crags. My troops and I are scouring these halls for any other such threats, and I am aware that your people were driven from these halls many, many ages ago. There's an ellipses here, and at the very bottom of the scroll it says, "Would you like it back? Signed." And you don't. There's a blood spatter here. I will leave it over to the characters now. We'll start at the bottom. The bottom here would be Roland. Describe your character, and we'll go back up to the top.
So Roland is well, actually, this is very important. What time of day or night is it currently?
It is early evening. You have been, I suppose, you have left the woods. We'll say a few days ago, 3 or 4 days ago.
And has the sun set at this time?
Just now.
Just now, okay. So what we see as the sun sets, Roland, who is a not, you wouldn't necessarily call him a large figure. He stands 5'4", 5'5". As the sun hides itself beyond the horizon, he reaches up to a deep cowl which has been over his head the entire day, and lays it back almost as a relief. We see a face that has a very alabaster tint to the skin. Very, very fair skinned, dark eyes, dark hair. But you can tell it's a face that is used to smiling quite often. The cowl that he over his head is attached to a great cloak, which covers his body for the most part, all in the very dark black material. Underneath his clothing is a bit more practical, mostly in colors of browns and greens and grays, as if purposefully put together to blend in with the woodlands. Although under this black cloak, you're pretty sure it probably does nothing to do that. He does breathe out a sigh of relief, and you can hear him mutter a prayer under his voice. If you listen closely and you know a bit of the Shadow Feywise, you may pick out a word, Feldane, in there, as he mutters a quick prayer to his god, the god of night. And he smiles into the growing darkness and looks over toward his friends as he clears the tree line.
We'll go to Ayosha. Go ahead and describe your character for us.
Ayosha is as they're known in this time, a trial warrior. She carries spears made of bone. I apologize, can't remember what type right now. And
Go for it. That's fine.
and she is definitely travel worn, but seemingly more at ease than she has been lately as she follows her companions. It seems that through these treat areas, it's as if she has found home, a place that brings peace and calm.
Ilmatar, would you describe your character for us?
Oh, the Dawn Fairfolk. I wouldn't really say he looks worse for the wear, but he doesn't seem like he did when we first started this thing out. He's had a lot of stuff come at him. Really at the top of his mind is that new quote unquote power he received from the Astromentor, that symbol to use. He hasn't really had a chance to do it in an official capacity yet to actually see the extent or the power behind said words, but he's hoping he'll get to do it soon enough. With him, as always, is his Fey-Iron weaponry and armor, though at the moment with them kind of being chilling down for the moment, he doesn't have most of it on, but it is close by. When he sees Roland with the letter, he does do the whole eyebrow quirk thing, looking over at his friend. But he knows that Roland will share when Roland is ready to share. Besides that, his mind is mostly just preoccupied with this upcoming quest they received, and he kind of cringes to think just how deep this rabbit hole goes. I mean, we saw a ritual being done, but now it's a ritual within a ritual. Like, is this going to cover the whole world as they know it, or what's going to happen here?
You are preparing a meal for that hopefully quiet evening. These past couple months have been overly eventful for you. Let's have a brief scene here of what you guys are planning on doing. Your road ahead, we'll see.
Okay, so as we get settled in there, as the night sets and Roland actually seems to fully wake up, he looks at this note in his hand folded and looks at his two companions. He goes over and sits on a rock near the fire. He says, "Are you being the local here? is there some kind of fortress nearby in the mountains? It's overrun by goblins and trolls and the like.
Do I know of this one in particular?
It was quite some time ago that there was a few mountains actually that were mined by the bearded folk that actually became really wealthy, really prosperous when they were mining for gold and such, and other such ores. Some thousand some odd cycles ago, the fair folk and the bearded folk had a pretty peaceful trade route and road system, at least going in amongst the tribes, as well as dealing with some of the ogre tribes as well. But simply put, goblins came in and with a handful of their troll allies, with some aid from some forgotten now troll magic and some other dark gods involved. They pushed the bearded folk out, and they stayed there to fester and multiply. From the context, you would think that someone, probably an Umbriad, because it's using the Shadowface script, is inviting someone back home.
Keith, if you're trying to talk, you're muted.
Oh yeah, I was unmuting as I was talking and realized I was so muted. So Roland is sitting there with this paper in his hand. It might not be easy to see what's on there. It's just the fact that it is written in that phase script. And he looks at it and he says, "Would it by be chance on our way? I've been asked to come visit. My people have taken well, he'll hand you the letter." He said, "If you can read it."
Well, he does have some academics. I don't know if it's enough to get Shadow Fey-wise, though.
Well, it will use a similar alphabet, so you'll be able to get the gist of it.
Okay.
Fey-wise
Ad-lib the rest.
forms are pretty, not synonymous, but pretty close.
Pretty close, yeah.
It's different dialects with the same base language.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
So yeah.
so
Yeah, he'll look at it and he'll read it. He'll hand it back to Roland. Well, I know I wouldn't mind actually sleeping somewhere decent for once.
true.
The fourth floor hurts after a while. No, we can probably do it.
Roland reaches over and pats Iosha on the shoulder. And says, "I'm sure you'd like to find a nice soft bed at some point too. And maybe that horse of yours will actually be there as well. Maybe they encountered him somewhere in the wild. What was his name again?"
He was an elk. His name was not for
Ah.
eating.
Elk. Yeah, I get those confused all the time. Elks, horses.
How do you get a horse and an elk confused?
Well, we don't have them.
One goes clippity clop, and one has majestic antlers that just milk in the sunlight when you stare at them.
Don't talk about Ilmatar that way. Anyway,
Sorry, Ilmatar.
so Roland sort of he sort of laughs as he's actually trying. You can tell he's sort of trying to lighten the mood with his friends. He says, "So now that we have a place to go to find ourselves a warm meal and a warm bed, maybe
In your
several.
case, a warm body.
Well, as I said, maybe several beds. I say we set our feet toward that direction. Actually, we do it now. I'm feeling quite spry. We can travel for the night and sleep tomorrow morning."
Of course, Roland is feeling spry. You mentioned bodies, warm bodies.
That's true. So one must multiply.
Well, let's
Yes,
eat, break camp, and then yeah, I guess I can do a night of walking and not get too tired out yet.
Excellent. Ron gets up and says, I'll be back momentarily. He goes over to a shadow behind a tree that's cast by the body of the tree between that and the fire they have. And he is going to take that time because he's in the shadows to pray. But his God know that he's still around and thank him for his protection. And he is going to do, and I'll have to ask you about this, narrator. One of his aspects that he has is stars.
All right.
So could he cast a ritual to allow him to navigate by the stars? To know which direction is basically like north, effectively?
I don't see why not. Yeah, no, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do that.
Then he'll incorporate that with his prayers and roll his ritual. Probably taking about, I'd say probably about 20 minutes probably. He'll set out his little idols in his ritual circle in the darkness there, and begin muttering his prayers, prick his finger for drop of blood for a bit of a sacrifice, and he'll smear the blood above his eyelids to let him see the stars as they are and know where their directions are. Is that over? That an 8? All right. So let's see.
You're casting this as a your first level priest?
Yes, as a first level ritual.
So your caster check would be 12, I believe.
Oh yeah, I've definitely made that with just a roll that I even add the bonuses to it. So because I'm in the 20s, so it was 18, 17 plus.
How many spell points are you using?
I
mean, you've got plenty, but I want to know how many.
Well, I will just use. Let's see, of my 7, I will use 2.
Okay.
So it'll last the night, basically. So make it last the night, and yeah, I guess that's really all I need to do. That and the duration.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You'll be there for a while. So Roland is chanting the sutras off a short ways away. I'm gonna say that you guys are actually able to probably catch a pair of rabbits and maybe a grouse earlier that morning, so you actually have something to eat. But with that, essentially this might be. Well, no, actually, I was going to say this is about be breakfast for you guys, but you had breakfast. This is dinner, midnight snack. Oh, guess what? We're walking now. More walking. So yes, that ritual will take hold, and it'll be pretty easy for you. You keep the Great Divide Mountains on your right-hand side, and obviously with proper transportation, time, and resources, you could follow this all the way up to the inner world. So north is pretty easy to find here. You will walk. Day will break that next morning, and I won't give you a stage of exhaustion here because that ritual I'm gonna bleed that over into kind of makes you all a little bit more spry than usual. However, what we will find is a village being sacked by red-skinned devils. The nemesis may or may not show itself. Now, we'll actually go to Anakana at this point. You've just returned from a day of deer hunting, and you have a moderate-sized deer slung over your shoulder as in one hand, your bow rests calmly, and out of a grove, you walk. You're on the side of a kind of a grassy hillock there, and you see what looks to be a troop of demons, clad in strange garb, wearing crowns of gold, with black and blood red hair. Enter a village. This is not your specific village. This is not where your home was, but it is one of the neighboring villages of your people. May or may not, these people may or may not be cousins of yours, distant, however, kinsmen the same. You've been a drifter for some time now. Paul, would you describe your character for us and his first immediate actions in these few seconds that you have?
All right. He's roughly 6 foot tall, well built. He's got kind of weathered skin, so he's definitely seen a lot of time outdoors, kind of roughing it through, the woods. His bow is finely crafted, has vines interwoven in it, whether it's functional or decorational. Yeah. He carries a spear that is tipped with copper on his back. He's wearing some really fine looking hard leather armor with small bronze studs. It would be very expensive looking. He has kind of rough chopped hair, like it looks like he's not the best at cutting his own hair, so it's a little rough there, but his dark eyes are going to kind of scan over the scene. And does it look like these demons are like ill intent, like they're just coming in and ready to attack people, or are they just like
They, as you've just finished describing yourself there, they have they've set fire to one of the buildings and they have entered the village proper. So they are there to likely raid the place. They're out for blood.
how far away am I? Like, would I be within range to get a shot with a bow?
Yes, with a -1 penalty, but yes, you could still hit one of them.
And
If
that
you
is
roll well enough,
exactly
you
what
might
he's
be
gonna
able to
do.
take one out of the saddle.
He's definitely gonna drop the deer and knock an arrow. So for that,
All right, get him.
what do I roll here? I roll the 3d8.
It's 2d8 for you. It's 2d8 for your bow, plus the weapon skill bonus that you have, and cunning.
So 2d8 plus cunning plus my bow skill.
Correct.
8s explode, right?
They do.
And do I count ones?
Did you roll an 8 and a 1?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you don't count the 1 when a dice explodes. Well, first here, we'll go back and explain the whole thing.
Okay.
If you roll 2 die and it comes up a 1 and an 8, that is a score of 8. Normally, in most cases, the 8 would explode, but the 1 suppresses that explosion.
Okay.
However, but if you rolled your dice, say you got like a 3 and an 8, the 8 would explode. But if the 8 explodes into a 1, that still suppresses the explosion, so you don't count the 1.
Okay. All right, then that was an 8 plus 9 is 17, 21.
Oh yeah, you're gonna absolutely murder this guy. Go ahead and roll damage. Damage for your size bow is 1d8 plus your physique modifier.
That's 11.
11 points of damage here. Let me see. Oh yeah, no, that's gonna be a kill shot. So, you are basically yeah, you're gonna blow out his vitality in one hit there. he's in the saddle. Your target's in the saddle, and he's about to. He's got a kind of a horseman's axe, which you can't really tell what it's actually made of from this distance. But he's actually lowering his arm down to basically behead one of these villagers, and that's you're gonna kill him before this blow actually lands. So you can describe for us how you slay him, and he'll fall out of the saddle, and you'll basically save for this woman here.
All right. So as I'm drawing my bow, I'm kind of eagle eyeing in on someone who may be in immediate danger. I spot him getting ready to land a killing blow on a defenseless villager.
Mhm.
And the next thing he realizes, there's an arrow through his throat.
Oh, beautiful. And with that, we'll go back to our previous scene. You guys are you're approaching this village from the south, and they are seemingly coming from like the northeast. So you'll have a tail end view of very strange and foreign-looking mounts. They're quadrupedal mounts, but the riders are clad in a strange fashion. Their arms and armor are not seemingly not of this world. And Keith, we're going to say Keith is pulling here with Roland, and you see your fey eyes will actually spot an arrow rip through one of the lead marauders' throats, and he will topple off and fall into a ditch nearby. What we'll do here is I will get Keith's immediate reaction, and then I will have us roll reaction as a group. So whoever has the highest reaction here, we're going to do it that way, like we did in the play test
Okay.
a couple weeks ago. Slightly out because we missed a couple days, but that's fine.
That's fine. So Roland's reaction is he sees an arrow spring from this marauder down below is good. Someone's fighting back. He'll point to the area and say Ilmatar Iosha, someone's fighting back down there. These red devils, I think, he looks back to the Ilmatar. These are the ones that one odd fellow we met was mentioning. The red devils, as he called them. We need one.
We need one.
Well, yes. We need to question one.
No, don't get too excited then.
Okay. His grin as he, you see under his cowl as he reaches up behind his back and unhooks the mask from his belt and fixes it over his face. The black mock antlers, similar to what yours have, poking up through the holes in the hood above his head, actually keeping it on his head. He says, "I think it's time for us to play some havoc. What you think, Iosha? Time to stab things."
I very much think so, and I am very interested in what type of mount those are.
Who has the highest reaction modifier of your guys' group?
I have a total of 4 reaction.
4. Okay.
I have a modifier too, but I have 8 grades in it.
Well, we'll see. Iosha, reaction.
What is reaction again?
Reaction is what governs your
No.
sequence in the turn.
Oh,
It's a
sorry.
skill,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
yeah,
skill,
here
right?
it is. 6, 8 total if you include all my ranks and my bonus. Basically, it was calculated properly. Half the ranks, Forte.
Yeah, basically it's just between you two, Ilmatar and Iosha then. All right, well.
Sounds like Iosha has a higher.
Okay, so
I have a 6 total after modifier and ranks. Because it's 8 grades, but it's only half that is the bonus. So
Okay, so you guys are basically going to pretty much go at the same time as these marauders. So, as a group, well, actually, no, excuse me. Let's probably try and do this right, please. Iosha, you are the first.
All right.
You
About
are,
how far out are they?
you're basically within dashing distance of the basically the village edge, their fence, really. You can enter the village and attempt to see what's going on from where you're standing. They're being taken by surprise. This is way too early in the conflict for the villagers themselves to mount any kind of defense.
Hmm. All right. And you said, how tall is that fence?
6 foot. It's for goats and sheep and such.
All right. Iosha is going to dash forward and attempt to leap onto it with a battle cry, brandishing the spear in one hand. Like a half vault, but instead of jumping over it, attempt to land on the post.
All right. Make me an athletics check then.
Ooh. Yeah, about that. What's your negative if you have no ranks in it?
Oh, you can use that athletics untrained, I believe. But what kind of armor are you wearing is the issue. I believe it was just
Hides.
Hides. Okay. You
Kind of
go.
tattered, bloodstained, slightly smelly saber cat hides at this point.
Oh, that's right. We were going. they were hurley tan. They're not completely like finished.
No.
We're gonna do like -3 for you then, right there.
All right.
Okay.
-3 with 2d8.
So
Come on, nice.
let me understand this correctly. You're trying to jump up onto like one of the fence posts.
Yeah, while holding that spear and yelling at them really loud, letting all the
Okay.
horse scream.
Okay. All right. Go for it.
I got the good dice today.
Okay. If you roll 2 1s, god damn it.
I'm gonna take a break.
Go ahead and roll your dice, Lynx. Or
I already
Iosha.
did.
I didn't hear any dice roll.
You got 2
I
ones.
didn't.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't hear
I
a
didn't hear a
thing.
dice roll.
God damn
The
it.
dog was barking. I didn't hear anything. I don't know what you're talking
Do it where we can hear it. Do it where we can hear it, Iosha.
They fell off the table, didn't
You
they?
do it where I can hear it.
Roll it on your
There you
rolling
go.
surface. On your rolling surface.
Let's keep it on the table, Links.
Bathroom break. I'll be back.
Those are the good dice.
Did she do it again?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Hey, Ilmatar, help.
She's just cursed, isn't she?
Actually, you know what? We're gonna go to Anakana here quick first. It would be Iosha, Anakana, Ilmatar, Rolan, and then the bad guys. Hey, Paul. Help.
So what exactly do I see happening?
Well, there are some strangers approaching this village from what seems to be the south edge of town, really here. And you're not quite sure if they're friend or foe just yet, but these raiders are having to go at your people.
Well, I am going to pick out another target. I'm gonna stay perched up there with my deer.
Okay. There should be a few left here outside the village. Yeah, go for it. Once they enter the village, you won't really have much of a target without trying to not risking shooting someone you don't want to shoot, of course.
Oh. that's going to be a 2.
A 2. Yeah, no, that arrow is going to fly wide.
That's without any bonuses, of course. But
Oh shit. Well, what are your bonuses? Because they could possibly.
What did you also roll 2 ones?
no, I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Almost.
So bow is 4 and cunning is 9.
Oh,
So that's 13. So it'd be a 15.
yeah. Well, then no, that's actually going to hit one of them. Go ahead and roll damage here.
5 plus
Uh,
physique. You said
Yes, physique modifier.
7. Oh, modifier 1. So 6.
Yes. Well, yeah. No, you're gonna bury one of these arrows in somebody's mail, but this particular rider isn't gonna make it known that he's hit. He probably didn't feel it. But Ilmatar, and then back to Roland again.
Okay. Out of curiosity, the Thorns ability that I have, I believe through Silent Monolith Priestdom stuff,
Yes.
is that I have to sit there and do this for a long time, kind of like the plant growth thing I have, or is it a little bit more immediate?
Your Thorns is a warden spell. This is from the magician side. This is not a priest spell. And Thorns is a self-defense spell. You will basically sprout thorns from any natural armor that you have. Any leather, wood, possibly even your cloak could possibly grow a sheet of brambles on there.
Okay, so it's an aura, not a. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gets rid of that idea then. I was hoping to actually grow the brambles and thorns in the area to deter and or capture one of them. So, but if that's not the case, then that's not the case. Oh shit. Yeah, I guess being as armored as I am, I'm actually just going to see if I can get their attention and basically bring them to me. Have them not worry about the villagers anymore, but look, fresh target.
That might be kind of hard to do as they are entering the village and basically going to sack and burn the place. You guys are not in the village with them, so
Right. In that
at
case,
this point in time, I don't give a shit about you guys.
right. Well, then I'm just going toward the village entrance, and if I catch any of them, I'm going to attempt to aggro them.
Oh,
The best way
okay.
I could put it. I don't have any ranged weaponry, so
Okay.
I get to just play tank and aggro stuff right now.
Fantastic. We'll go to Roland.
So as Ilmatar decides to wade in to begin the happy dance, Merlin is going to he's going to mimic that one fellow with the bow that he's seen down below firing off, and he's going to fire his own. See if he can take out one of the light riders as he's going into the gate of this thing.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to aim for the mount.
You're gonna aim for the mount? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, hang on. If you're gonna do that, I gotta get that stat block out. Hang on. Yes. Okay. Cool. I found it.
And he has 2 shots with his bow because of his ranks.
Do it.
So the first one is going to be a 14.
That is going to get through. Pretty sure
Okay.
both are going to get through.
Second one is a 16.
Yeah, they're both going to land.
Total damage on this critter is going to be 6, 11, 10, 21.
21.
All right. One is 11 and one is 10.
This is damage.
For the, yes, damage.
Oh, ow. Ah. Ooh, okay. That horse, big air quotes. Yeah, it's looking pretty worse for wear. Um, it's not dead per se, as the barding is your arrows basically get lost in whatever armor the mount itself is wearing. However, whatever you've done to the thing stops this thing from a full gallop, and it topples head first over and probably crushes the rider. You can go ahead and describe for us what happens here.
So he's the goal is to take this animal out as he's approaching the gate of this village. So he crouches down with one arrow in his hand, the other one not, and he fires, and then immediately loads the next arrow and fires up behind it while the other one's still in the air. The first one comes in and strikes just above the shoulder at the base of this animal's neck. The second one comes behind the shoulder into the side of the chest, going into the lung, basically having its air cut off in two spots. The animal can't continue and falls, and tumbles, hopefully blocking somewhat this entrance. I know the other animals will probably have to leap over it, but the idea was to at least slow them down a moment.
And with that, yes, the rider is crushed under the corpse. So yeah, his spine shatters quite literally. He's done. He's done. And with that, that ends the surprise round. Anakana is back up at the top, and then we'll go basically the party and the enemy staggered out this whole time. Hey, White Owl, help.
All right, so I reckon now it's more of a I'm gonna have to get closer if I want to get clear shots.
Yeah, this is now a melee.
All right, well, I guess I'm actually going to have to spend most of my turn actually just getting to the village.
Okay, will that be your turn, just moving up then?
Yep.
Oh shit, I'm actually I'm muted, excuse me. You guys really didn't need to hear what I was saying anyway. I was just doing math. Since Iosha is actually probably has been in the village proper this whole time, you are seeing some efficient. You can't fault these guys. They might be rat bastards, but as raiders, you're like, shit, these guys kind of do work here. They've got about 8 villagers dead in the span of a few moments, and 3 of the 9 buildings are on fire at this point. So what you will see is a whirlwind of chaos that they bring to these poor plains peoples, and this is when we will go to you for your turn.
I'm angry, but I'm impressed.
Right?
These guys have talent.
Maybe some
Now,
flashbacks to a recent home invasion.
right. Angry but impressed. Where's
Get
the
'em.
nearest one with a mount?
Oh, he's about 30 feet in front of you. You wanna move up and get him?
Yeah, because I'm gonna
We'll say,
run up and get him, yelling, "That's mine! Get off!"
We'll say he's engaged with 3 individuals who are trying to put together a feeble attempt as a resistance, but his back is to you. We'll put it that way.
Oh, Saber Cat Bone works pretty well so far. It'll continue working well. Dice have been changed out for clarity.
Wonderful. And they're going to stay on the table this time, aren't they?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Of
Ooh, E3 roll, right?
course, they always roll. Get him. Get him.
2 plus. That's actually 20 because you have to add a -2. So 28 to hit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're going to hit him squarely.
1d8 plus my physical modifier -1. 6. 9.
9 damage. Okay. We'll see here. Okay. You're gonna hit him, but he really doesn't see. You're gonna hit him hard, but it's not going to be enough to unseat him. But
Second attack.
oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Not
Never
a problem.
mind.
Attack 2.
All right. Get him.
That's 7 and 7 is 14. 13, 12 plus 8, 20.
All right.
19 to hit.
19 to hit on that one. Maybe. Oh no, you beat him by 2 points.
So I actually hit.
Yes, roll damage.
Do 8 roll on damage is the question now. Yes.
Of course. Oh, they did. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
18.
18 points of damage. Yeah. You can describe for us how you're going to slay him. However, what initially happened was your weapon didn't pierce through the back plate of his armor on the first attempt, but the second attempt kind of just drove that through anyway. So,
Ayosha is going to take her spear and go for what she's always known to work, is a stab to the mid back, which hits the armor. Looks confused, so she aims a bit higher this time and stabs through the back of the neck. When all else fails, when fighting sabercats, stab higher.
it would seem these guys are about as hard to kill as cats, to be perfectly fair. With that, you will slay one rider, and 2 more of his companions will actually see him being slain. As you're kind of, as you've stabbed him through the back of the neck here, he kind of like jerks a bit on the end of your spear, and obviously dies there. When you rip that out, he'll obviously fall. The mount itself will gallop off, however, but 2 incoming attacks here. For a 24 on the first attack. We'll go for the second. The second is probably not going to land with a 15. It's a 24 and a 15.
I was muted. Both hit.
Oh, they both hit. Oh well, god dang. Okay, cool. Well, it's not cool, but we'll see. Oh my goodness, minimum damage 11. And we'll see here. And oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, the session might be kind of crap, at least on my side, because I am rolling minimum damage and minimum on everything. You guys are going to run roughshod all over this. So Ayosha, 22 points of vitality damage on 2 attacks as 2 raiders come by with their axes. And yes. You're muted again, dear.
Did we heal from last session?
Of course we did.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Did you think I
And
Well-
don't forget to roll damage suppress, OSHA.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you do have damage suppressed. So you are wearing hides, all right? What we'll do, your hides, we're gonna go into the guidebook and go under armor, which hide armor basically falls under a leather hauberk, which is a damage suppressed 2. So what you need to do is I need you to roll me a d8 plus 2. That also explodes. And you subtract your die roll from 11, and you actually take the difference. That's how that
Including the
works.
2, right?
What do you mean included the 2?
The armor.
Well, that's what the die roll plus 2 is. The
Okay,
2
yeah.
is factored into the DA. So basically what it is your damage suppress becomes random, just like damage on a D8 is random as well. So what you're doing is dynamically suppressing more than just your 2 points for your armor. Does that make sense?
Yes. What
Okay.
happens if you take more than half your hit points in a single run?
I knee-jerk reaction says, Keith, that's like system shock roll, save for his death.
Yeah. Conditioning test.
Oh, that's thank you. I'm trying to be pedantic. We're not playing basic. Shut up.
Well, thankfully, I have great conditioning. This will go wonderful.
Okay, so
Swear to God, you bring Thacker back, I'm gonna hit you.
I didn't hear those. I didn't hear those dice roll at all. I heard them go clank.
I
and
just
land.
heard them land.
So
you
besides,
how we roll dice. We don't drop them.
besides, I don't think the narrator asked for you to roll yet. You just said I have.
I don't
conditioning."
think I did either. Thanks, Keith. So what we're gonna do is damage suppress. What's your armor test? Roll me a d8 plus 2. You rolled a 1.
3.
So 3. So 11 minus 3. That's how much damage you take. Now do that again. I swear to God, if you roll a 1.
Holy crap, your dice hate you.
I didn't hear.
This is not abnormal.
How about you roll them? I hear dropping. I want rolling. I'm we're picking on links right now. All right, let's see it.
A 1 and a 2.
We're gonna give her an extra die in these games just so she survives crap.
Okay, I'm coming up with a luck mechanic that only applies to links.
She gets an extra D8 in everything.
Yeah, right. I
Except
apologize.
damage, because apparently I'm great in damage.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
right.
everything. You just
I
you need everything.
You're getting one of these next week. Okay.
Is that a dice tower?
This is a mini dice tower. Yes.
Oh, I need one of those.
I'll send one with Ray. In a couple
I know you
weeks.
haven't met me yet. This is not abnormal. I've already used a fate point first game because of this kind of crap.
Okay. So essentially what it comes down to is you're taking 16 points of damage. 14 to 16 points of damage. Is that more than half of your total vitality?
Yes.
All right.
Swear to God, if you guys screw me over, I will murder you guys. And
I need a conditioning test that is your difficulty is 14.
oh, that shouldn't be too hard.
I shut your goddamn mouth.
I met it.
You
Exactly.
Okay. Meeting does she doesn't die. She just takes 16 points of damage and just somehow is not cut in half.
I take what?
16 points of vitality damage.
Another 16?
No, that's just 16
Okay.
total. This is us ending your turn with that.
Thank you.
Hey, Ilmatar, help.
Okay. I know you explained briefly what this thing does. What does this symbol of Shog do?
It cows animals of the wilderness to obedience as soon as they look at it
So it
in
doesn't
its
work on
immediate area.
it doesn't work on already domesticated things.
No,
It has to be wild. And I'm
they're
assuming looking at
wild
these things,
animals.
these are not wild animals. These are obviously domesticated and
Correct.
broken and trained. Okay.
Yes.
I don't know. I
How-
might count as a wild animal.
You're gonna turn into
I'm
a
not
wild
answering that
animal if
one
all
right
these
now, okay?
if all these people die. But hey,
What you want to do with Verlon after we get done with this is none of my concern, okay?
oh god, all right.
Now, how close am I to Iosha and the two that just went after her?
You are well, you're now in the same scene, so you see her some dozen yards away get ripped to pieces.
Okay. Is it super loud, or is it just people screaming, or is it like
It's
Is it
a it's a
hard to
village
hear
being
anything?
sacked, you know, it'll be pretty difficult to hear things. Yeah,
okay,
it's not a rock concert, of course.
right? I'm actually going to run in her direction, but while doing so, I'm actually going to bang my spear against my shield as I do it to try to attract attention.
Is that all you're doing?
Well, if I can get to Lynx and the two that just stabbed at her, I will try to hit one of them, but otherwise, yes, that's what I'm doing.
Um,
I'm basically trying to get at least those two to say, hey, there's something else to kill instead.
okay.
Because I just saw Lynx pretty much almost go down. So,
Right.
don't need to do that again.
Yeah, no, we don't. We don't need to do that again. You actually no, you can actually attack one of these guys. Yeah,
Okay.
they have actually. These two have actually dismounted at this point. So yeah, you can attack one.
$34.
34 to hit. Oh god, yeah, no, he's not gonna be able to. No, he can't answer that. Roll damage.
Okay. How much dispatch do I get? Yes.
Oh no, that caps dispatch. That caps it. Yeah. You got an 11.
So 10 points of damage total with dispatch.
Does the die explode or is that just 10?
That's
Oh.
that's total.
Oh, okay.
Because I get a +2 from it being Fey Iron, and I get the +5 from the dispatch.
Okay.
I got a 3 on the die.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. He's not gonna be dead, but he's not gonna be happy either.
If at all possible, when I went up and stabbed at this guy with the spear, am I able to interject between them and Lynx, or am I kind of side by side?
You're both kind of standing over her. She is very badly bleeding right now.
Okay.
Trying to hold her guts in.
Okay.
So
That's why I got a great shield.
there you go. He's gonna come back and attack for he's got a 22. One attack has a 22 coming in to hit you.
22.
And his fellow is going to, oh, that's not going to be very good.
Yeah, I got a 30 defense.
Nice. You're actually going to stop both of these there. You can describe for us how these footman axes and a short sword really is going to try and come in, but they can't pierce your defense there.
Yeah, so basically, as he's hustling into this village.
Mm.
He sees Iosha go down, and really the first thought in his head is like, not again. Not again. No, 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 not happening. So, and the weird non-athletic way that people run, he's going to hustle over there. And as he does so, he's basically going to thrust forward with his spear to throw the one guy kind of off. And then literally interject himself between those two and Iosha and literally just plant with the shield. So when they come in with their axe and their short sword, he's probably going to hear it scrape along the shield. But the only thought in his head is, no, you're not getting through. It's not happening today.
And we will go to Roland.
So not being able to get a good angle for a shot for the bow, he'll drop the bow where he's at and go to draw his short blades, basically his long knives, if you will, and follow Ilmatar down into the area. He's going to try to go for the nearest, well, probably one of the guys that's attacking Ilmatar. Try to stick with his group.
Yeah, you can move forward. We've kind of got a pitch here going if this was any bigger.
Okay. That's not going to be awesome. But will a short blades. Will a 9 hit somebody?
No, actually, these guys are
Okay.
pretty
Okay.
pretty terrific fighters.
Okay. So yeah. So he gets foiled trying to lay one open with his blades, and he'll back up and lap next to Ilmatar, basically.
Looks like that is back up to the top. So the enemy is going to attempt to retaliate. I'm gonna go after Ilmatar this time. New target. Might be a light tentative strike. A 17 coming in. You're muted, Keith. Talking to you.
Oh, I thought you said Ilmatar.
Yeah, no, actually not Ilmatar, no Roland, sorry.
Oh, okay. That's why I was
That's 37 defense, too.
So they're gonna probe at me, okay. With my defense. Let's see. Okay. I might actually get pretty close to that. So that is gonna be 31 defense.
Ooh, nice. All right. Back up to the top again. Anakana.
All right. So now I'm in the village proper. Am I in close range, or is it considered hand to hand, or what?
In some cases close, some cases hand to hand, but we'll say for now you're in hand to hand range.
All right, then I'm going to have to swap my bow for my spear.
Oh, nice.
And let's see. I'm not as good with the spear, though. That's not bad. Be 9 plus the weapon is 10. Spear runs off the physique, I take it.
Yes, it does.
And it's off the bonus, not the score, right?
The bonus, yes.
So that'll be an 11 to hit.
Oh yeah, damn. Yeah, no, my dice hate me tonight. You guys are doing fantastic, especially against these foreign bastards. Damn it. Yeah, you can roll damage here. I will reiterate to you guys, these guys, now that you're like in the thick with them, their skins are as red as beets. They're
No,
very,
sorry.
very darkly tanned.
With it being a copper spear, it's -1 on attack.
Correct.
So that would have been a 10.
Okay. 10 damage coming in.
No, I meant to hit.
Oh,
I still
10 hit. Oh yeah, no, that you're still hit. He rolled a 7.
Okay, as far as damage goes,
He was not paying attention to you. So
7 damage.
You can describe for us how you impale him, but you're not going to kill him. His rather fine, very ornate, foreign-looking armor is holding up against your primitive gear, but you're giving him the business, is what you're doing.
All right, so as I had moved into the village, he spotted me and basically engaged me, so I couldn't get a good, bow draw. So quickly dodging aside from maybe a swing he had haphazardly sent at me, I managed to switch between bow and spear, and as I bring the spear back up, I catch him right in the chest.
You're muted.
Nice, well done. He is going to attempt to counter you with a fat 14.
All right, and defense roll is what?
2d8 plus your cunning modifier plus any do you get an evasion bonus from reflexes at all?
What do you mean evasion bonus from reflexes?
Do you have grade or say what is your do you have any grades in reflexes, the skill, excuse me?
Well, reflexes is a stat.
Do you mean reaction?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay,
reaction.
yeah, I've got
Excuse me.
6 ranks in reaction.
There we go.
The R word, that's a skill, not the R word, that's a stat.
Yeah, I know. Why does this still get me is the problem. I don't know why. No, currently it's 2d8 plus cunning for you. Not getting anything for that.
So that's only a 7.
7. All right, so damn it. Again, minimum damage. He's going to come in with a war sword, actually, this time. With a 2-handed stroke. For 13 points of damage here. And that overhead stroke is going to probably bite into your shoulder and collarbone there. You can describe for us how that rips you.
Do I do a D8 plus the damage press?
You do.
Oh, that's 6 total damage press.
So the difference there, 13 and 6. You tell me what you got.
Is that 7?
Yep. And that's what you subtract from your total vitality. So
Okay.
for everyone's knowledge, that's how the armor test works.
It finds purchase in my shoulder, causing quite a bit of pain, but I managed to shrug it off for the most part.
Nice. Iosha, go ahead and message me in chat. What is your remaining vitality here? I don't have your character sheet, so.
My apologies. I will have to fix that.
No, you're good. You're good. You can send to me after the session, but I want to make sure what we're doing.
I meant after the session.
Yep. Okay, you're good.
Okay.
And you're at severe bleeding. Damn it. Okay.
What does severe bleeding do?
I am going to pull that up right now. The bleeding rules. All right. Severe bleeding is 1 vitality per minute for 4 minutes here. So if a round is about 6-8 seconds here. So we've already gone through the turn sequence once. So you've lost 1 vitality this whole time.
Okay. I can handle that. How much room is there between the ground and Omatar's shield? Because Iosha has no apothecary. She was built to be a tank, and as long as her dice are working for her, she can do good at stabbing.
At this point, since you so that's you have 12 remaining.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, no, I thought you were worse off. You can get back up and get back into the fight. I thought you were
Oh, yeah.
almost into the quick.
No, no, no,
So-
no, no.
All right, all right.
No, she.
It's only when you're within 1 to 6 points, your base vitality as a character is 6 points, is when you actually start to take severe penalties to everything, like an athletics test just to stand.
Once again covered in blood. She's gonna look down, look at her torn armor, look back at the guy and go, saber cats do worse, and try to stab him in the face over Ilmatar's shield.
Get him.
Are we like Spartaning this right now? You're coming over
Yes.
top like the top of the shield?
Yes.
Because I will tell you, even if Iosha tries to move around Ilmatar, he's going to look right at you and say, "Stay behind me."
What do double eights do, Rafe? Do I just roll both of them?
Oh no, that's a crit. See, in
That guy's
99,
guys.
yeah, well, we would hope. I wish that was the case. Oh, roll me a d8. Just one.
8.
An 8. Well,
Ilmatar
crap.
seems happy over there.
Well, crap. Okay, that's takes vitality damage as normal as moderate bleeding. Well, roll damage then is basically what that is.
Understood.
Hey man, just get him. Yeah, on the crit table you want to roll low.
And then it will be attack number 2 as well if he's not finished off.
Okay.
Really? That's when you roll a 1 is damage.
Oh my gosh.
1, 4, 3 damage on that attack with a crit.
Yeah, no, his
Easy
armor
peasy.
is going to eat all of that. Roll me your second attack.
I thought crits bypassed armor.
Are they supposed to?
Yeah, I think so. You don't get a damage suppressing the crit.
Oh, all right. Well, you're gonna need. Then he'll take. Yeah, no, 3 points of damage. All right,
Critically scratched him.
all right.
Poked
You
him in the
messed
eye
up.
through his helmet slot.
Yeah, right. Give me your second attack, please.
I'm counting. It's going to be a second. Give me a second. I got to get a calculator.
Wow. I hope he's dead after this. If you have to get a calculator and he's not dead, I will be upset with you.
Poke him in one eye and then stab him in the other.
Good, at least
42.
42 to hit. Goodness gracious Christ. Well. Oh. Oh, okay. All right. I was like, there's no way that he's gonna
What's the dispatch?
dispatch. He's got a 25 on his defense, so
That's maxed out dispatch.
yeah, that's max dispatch. So
17 difference.
plus 5, yeah.
So does 6 damage minimum kill him?
No, actually, nope. What do we got, Lynx?
15.
15 points of damage. Ah,
Yep.
Eat him.
let's see.
Oh, and 5 dispatch.
5 dispatch. Okay, well, yeah, that's gonna kill him. You needed the dispatch to kill him is really what it comes down to, because that armor test he just rolled was pretty damn good. You can describe for us how you murdered this red-skinned alien from another world, essentially. You're still muted.
Muted.
Can't say that unless I want to get one. Anyways, Sao stands up. She is repeatedly stabbing him with this broken off end of a saber-tooth femur, yelling in a mix of common language and Trow, "You ruined my armor! You ruined my shirt! You ruined how nice I look! And I am so pissed off right now!" And it's just stabbing into him. Just continually into his face until it's a bloody mess.
With that, the carnage here, you will actually see off on another end of the village here, the couple of these marauders are remounting their steeds, and with a couple ladies over their shoulders here, and one actually kind of like slung over like the horn of what looks to be like a primitive saddle. They'll actually make a pretty expeditious getaway here.
And the one next to us, there were two of them.
Mm-hmm.
I got one. Ooh,
I
we
know.
have our prisoner.
So whose turn is it?
It's Ilmatar's.
Oh, I didn't actually heard you say that. Everything just kind of cut off there. for a
Yeah,
moment.
we were going in order. You're the next one.
Okay. So the ones in the far end bugger off. She's stabbing at one. And we
He's
have this
already
other
gone.
one. Who's already gone?
The one that she's on top of, he's done. He's
Yeah,
already
so
gone.
She took care of one. So I'm gonna look at this one we have left. I'm assuming he's still there. He's still squaring off, correct?
He's
Or is he gonna-
taken a few steps back to disengage from you guys, but that's about it. Yeah.
We need to take this one alive, Roland. And as he steps back, I'm stepping forward. Shield still up.
He is going to steal a look over his shoulder, and then look
Soon as he
back
does,
at you
I'm gonna
guys.
Stab him in the leg.
You're gonna stab him in the leg, huh? All right.
As soon as he looks away, I'm gonna stab him.
Go ahead. Make an attack roll.
Look away from me when I have a spear in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
$33.
Yeah, no, you're gonna roll
Sorry,
damage.
29 because it actually is gonna be a called shot to his leg.
Okay. Yeah, roll damage.
$17.
17 damage.
8 and a 7 plus 2.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, no, he's 17 damage kills him outright. So
Just
okay.
Stabbed him in the femoral artery.
Yeah, essentially that's what you've done.
I can always heal him. It's okay. I got extra poultices. It's okay.
Elmatar, fix him quick.
All right, here. Peasily. Okay, you've got 6 seconds to prepare a poultice. There you go.
Oh, I have spares on me.
He dies in your lap.
Hey, can we attempt to tie off that artery?
He dies in your lap.
Fine.
Is there a bow nearby I can grab since I left mine up on the hill?
Am I still engaged with my guy?
Yeah.
No, actually, he has. He'll have disengaged with you and then left. He basically dropped that sword into your shoulder and then dipped out.
Oh, he's gonna get a bow and an arrow in the back then.
I'll let you take a shot. Yeah, sure. Before they get too far out of range.
like
Yeah.
21.
21. Yeah, go ahead and roll damage. You've got bronze or copper arrows?
Bronze.
Bronze? Oh, okay. Your bronze arrows. All right, all right. Roll damage here.
And that's just D8 plus the physique modifier, right?
Yep. Always.
So 6.
Well, shit. All right. Well, your arrow's going to land in his shoulder, but he's going to keep riding. Or one of the riders. They all look the same with that uniform on. However, as the current native of the village here, this place looks like hell on earth. They whatever they've done, they've got what they wanted and they buggered off. So combat here ends. And
They will begin a patching Eosha up with the apothecary, with the poultice.
I will attempt to recover the 2 arrows that I can.
I have 2 poultices total up being carried.
Is there a roll I need to make for recovering an arrow, or
You're muted. Mary.
oh no. Make me a wild boar test.
for each
Oh.
one?
No, just for the both. For the both. Keith, when did you make those poultices? Are they from the previous session?
Yeah, we made them and we were making them at the Astromancer, weren't we?
Yeah, that was 4 weeks ago.
Oh, well, in that case, yeah.
So no, you guys don't have anything to patch her up.
Oh, okay. In that case, Roland's going to start making a poultice.
So that's the total ranks in the skill plus
Your
bonus?
spirit modifier, yes.
Okay, so that's an 18.
Okay, yes, you do recover both of them.
Awesome. Unfortunately, there's one in some guy's shoulder.
Damn it! I wanted that one was the nice one. It's just leaving now. Crap. Okay. What is Roland making a poultice out of at this point? You guys are in a ransacked village.
He's going to, of course, be looking for things. If he didn't have anything on him, foraging along the way to getting any kind of medicinal herbs and such along the way. I guess we'll have to be looking for. It's a village. Someone here probably has at least the basics. So he's going to try to basically scavenge.
Since we're on this topic, Iosha -1 vitality. Make me an awareness check, please.
It's 23.
If there was any village elder in this village, they've obviously died, and you could probably. It seems like you found at least their home, or what would be used as kind of like a storage pit area here, that you could likely mess up some something primitive, but you can probably make it work.
Yeah, basically, he's just looking to get to the basics. He's just to stop her bleeding.
Oh, I know.
Beyond that, we can work on healing from there. Yeah, he's gonna basically scavenge those together and start working on something to stop her bleeding. In the meantime, of course, he's gonna yell at Ilmatar, just bind the wound up or something. Put pressure on it.
Yeah, I guess if for whatever strange reason they didn't ever make any more during the travels, he'll just take some of the cloth he had and bind up the wounds as best he can.
Okay. Yeah, no, you can't prepare medicine on the road. You actually need to stop, and it takes 24 hours to prepare your medicine for that.
And Onakana is just going to kind of try to gather what remaining people there are. Basically organize firefighting efforts.
Okay. It'll take about, I mean, it'll take a couple hours, but you get the fire under control. Of the 40 some odd people that were here, 11 are left.
Oh, jeez.
And that leaves, let's see, of the 11, we're gonna say six of them are women. One of them is an old man, and the rest are kids. Clearly not enough to salvage this tribe really at all. And Roland, yeah, no, you can. First off, who's tending to her? Roland, you're not there. You're off looking for medicine.
I'm doing
Ilmatar
getting
is
medicine.
okay.
Ilmatar is tending to Iosha.
Okay, make an apothecary test.
$28.
28. Yeah, you can actually staunch her bleeding there. And with that, I need Iosha to make me another conditioning test. What did you roll? How many fate points do you have left? You have one left. Well, hang on here. Thing is, actually check this. I'm able to do your fate points correctly here.
Or actually, would I have had any poultices? Since I assume I've basically been kind of homesteading here for a short bit.
I don't think you would have. Does Onakana have apothecary?
Oh, he's got quite a bit in apothecary and
And
wild lore for gathering.
Yeah, you probably use one, but this is that she's already stabilized at this point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, she's
Not what it was for, Rafe.
what was
I'm
it
messaging
for?
you.
Oh, what do you? That's can I ask the dice gods and the RPG gods right now, what do you have against Iosha? She is a lovely, beautiful hobgoblin woman who just wants to unify her tribe and do Azeroth good. Why are you giving her the business like she's a $5 hooker on Fleet Week? Quit it. Come on. She's not dead. I won't take a fate point from you, but I will message you soon on what's going on. As you guys are coming off of that adrenaline high, we're gonna have a kind of a a somewhat of a tension-filled moment here, as Anakana comes back, and you see a Dawn Fairfolk, clad in the robes of some strange faith, a Trow woman, horrible, awful hobgoblin thing that she is, and what you assume is a fae that's wearing a mask. He's dressed similarly but different to Ilmatar, but they were clearly trying to help push this menace out of your village. The floor is yours, ladies and gentlemen.
I thank you for the help you did provide, but what brings you to this village?
And
First
Matara, sorry, go ahead, Roland.
First off, what language is he speaking in?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he only speaks the Nemersian tribal tongue.
But I can read and write in that tongue too.
Okay, so you do have academics.
I have 2 points in academics.
Right. Okay. He's very well spoken for,
A caveman.
yeah, essentially a caveman. Yeah.
I can
So-
read and write hieroglyphs.
For
or
those who,
pictographs.
yeah, right. It would be petroglyphs for you, technically. Would that be?
Yeah.
So no, Roland, it was kind of your military occupation to know the different local languages, so you can understand it perfectly fine.
Oh, okay. 'Cause I didn't have it on my list. So okay, yeah. As he's rummaging through things and setting up his preparation, he looks up and says in a oddly accented version of your language, "We're heading to meet my people to the north." And he goes back to doing his thing. "Thank you for your help. Is this your village?"
No, but it is a tribe of kinsmen.
He looks up and says, "My condolences."
Yeah, some of these survivors, really, the one who's probably now the village elder, some of the wives of the village, and some of their children who've survived. They're just kind of just looking on at the four of you with this, like, are they gonna kill us now too, kind of thing, expression on their face. But they're just, one of the ladies asks Anakana, "Who are these foreigners, and are they?" My apologies to those who could be triggered easily in the audience. One of these younger women, who's probably maybe about 17, looks at Anakana and says, "They're not going to rape us, are they?"
I certainly hope not.
Even through the mask, you can actually see the indignation on Roland's face as he stiffens, and he says, "I would never. Rape is a horrible thing." Now, we got to know each other better. He sort of smiles at that.
They just look on with the simple podunk horror that only country people could have, and they like
So as long as you don't get to know them, you're fine.
they kind of like shy away from Roland, because honestly, well, if you realize he's kind of the scariest looking here.
He then turns to Anakana, since he's the one who spoke to him, and says, "So is it your tradition to bury the dead, or do you eat them? What is your tradition?"
Eat them. I've heard of
I
some
was-
pretty terrible traditions, but
I was there was a battle here some time ago where I had some of, he sort of motions to some of your people, I believe, who after we slew some trolls, wanted to eat the bodies. I wasn't sure if that was a cultural thing or if they were just truly that hungry, but
it varies from tribe to tribe.
uh,
which is why I'm not really the person you should ask for this particular tribe. Kind of turn to the elder and ask him, what should we do with the dead?
He'll take a few moments. He's pretty shell shocked, but he'll say, "No, we just burned them, and then put the ashes in the river."
Well,
Erlon nods, looks over and yells over to Ilmatar and Feywize, how's she doing?
Ilmatar will take a moment, look over at Roland, look over at Anakana, look over at the villagers, look back at Iosha. She'll live. Probably gonna hurt, but she'll live.
Okay. Well, I found the basics. He's putting together the starting to prepare the poultice. Got his little kit out, mortar and pestle and whatnot. There's obviously a fire right there, so he's gonna take a twig of that and actually begin a little fire off to the side to actually start boiling some water.
I mean, I've got one right here.
Yes, you do. So, and he'll bend himself to repairing the. Actually, how many can he make at one time?
A poultice?
Yeah, just like
It
one
takes
at a time, or-
24 hours to make one.
Okay, so he'll just basically putting the one together.
take whatever time you need to rest. I'm going to help my kinsfolk gather their dead and give them proper send off.
He looks up. Understood. Berlan, by the way, that is what I'm called.
I am Onakana of the Falling Wolf tribe.
Nice to meet you. Well, been better in better circumstances. That is my companion over there on the ground, Iosha the Trow, and Ilmatar. He is a priest of the Silent Monolith. He's one tending to her at the moment. He is of the Dawn Fairfolk.
You're familiar with what a fair folk is.
By the way, Roland just very intentionally does not say what he is.
Upon hearing her name, Iosha will pipe up, clearly pained. And before you ask, yes, I have a belly button.
Roland smiles under the mask. The mask does come down just to basically do his nose, covers the upper part of his face. So his mouth is exposed.
I'm going to assume I don't understand what he said.
You probably don't understand the Trow or Goblin language. Yeah, no. With that, we'll probably reconvene probably sometime later that evening in one of the huts. That's unfortunately now very vacant. As the remaining survivors of the tribe are they are considering their next move, and they're meaning to gather up what supplies that they still have left and try and rejoin another tribe.
Onakana will mention maybe them making the trek to the Falling Wolf tribe.
And where are they located currently?
Be a bit of a dangerous trek because they're on the Atlantean side of things.
Oh, well, I say, well, the village elder now, his face kind of lightens up and he says, "Oh, the foreign sea peoples. Once we cross the river, we'll be safe. They'll protect us." As everyone's eyebrows get cocked, like, is that what you think? You obviously know where their politics are now.
Roland,
Yes, Ilmatar.
I believe we need to stay here as little as possible.
I'm sure. At least tonight. I need to finish this for Ocean's sake, if for no other. And then yes, I think as soon as we are able to move tomorrow, and Iosha is able to move tomorrow, we should continue our trek. And he looks up and says, Anakana, what are your thoughts on the sea people?
It's complicated. But generally speaking, I do not like them.
You are more than welcome to come with us if you'd like them. As he looks around, he says, for we have complicated feelings about them as well.
I have a number of things I need to accomplish for my tribe, but having some companions that can fight is always a boon.
It is. We're actually traveling to rendezvous with some of my people before we continue a mission. We have, he looks over at Ilmatar and sort of smiles. We're basically on a mission from a god.
You mean like a spirit of the land?
Actually, that's pretty apropos. I was gonna say-
Roland is about to reply and he stops himself and he says, in a way, in a manner of speaking, yes.
Sorry to interrupt, Keith. You're like, why?
I was
like,
actually
"What?"
about to, in a way, manner of speaking.
Imitar just gets that eyebrow raise, looks at Roland, just like, yep, just we'll leave it at that.
Some would
Yeah.
say a spirit of the sky.
You must be really blessed to have a mission given from one of the spirits.
Oh yes. Well, some say it's a blessing. Some say it's it is a quite important duty. If we do not succeed, this land may be overrun not only by those red devils there, but many other horrors. All could be enslaved.
And that gives me plenty more reason to go along with you.
Yeah, Roland looks him up and down, almost as if maybe he's, looking at a piece of meat or a commodity. It takes a moment for you to realize that he's actually just sort of assessing your trappings and whatnot. And he says, "You know the land around these parts?"
Fairly decently. I very rarely get lost.
It'd be good to have someone who knows this area. Looks like we have one drop off there. Let's see. But yes, we're.
I will interject here, just at least for the party members actually studying Anakana. His armor, at least the body armor that he is wearing, has a fashion about it of a goblin smith.
Very nicely worked bronze studs. It's not plate because I didn't go for the plated, but I went for the hauberk or whatever.
Oh yeah, the goblin worked leather hauberk. Yeah.
But I figure with it being goblins work the bronze, it would make sense to have like studs.
Mm-hmm. Is that besides your arrows? Is that the only bronze implement that you have?
Mhm.
Okay,
And the
cool.
spear is copper.
Has anyone? Wait, let me ask you this: what have you guys done with the bodies of the foemen?
Well, if Roland doesn't have to be hovering over this poultice constantly, he will ask someone to bring one of the bodies nearby so he can examine it.
And say that their bodies are probably piled up separately somewhere.
I have a feeling. I mean, you're obviously. I don't think you need to babysit the medicine, Keith, but I don't
Okay.
think you can actually leave it sit. That
That's
breaks the entire
that's
mechanic.
that's what I'm thinking is basically have them brought over nearby, and as I'm looking, or probably have Vilmatar come over so he can talk to me while I'm doing this,
Right.
and I can ask questions. So yeah, so Vilmatar, would you mind examining the body?
Sure. You want to make any sort of check for that?
Quite literally, with your background and where your character would be from and any skills that you have, you would have nothing to actually go off of for these guys. They're alien foreigners, quite literally could be extraterrestrials. We have no idea.
Okay.
I can't think of anything that that Ilmatar would know besides what you've already been told about them. You just now have a physical specimen in front of you.
So,
He would screw around with that crown of the crown they have though. Like actually seeing like how well it's attached and like just fascinated by it.
It's attached. It's horns.
Right.
It grows out of their head. So if like you try and take it off, it's like pulling a deer antler off when it's not in season. You can't. Yeah, they just break off.
Have you seen these things before? What are they?
he
This particular one is a female.
okay.
You assume because it has breasts and it's obviously a mammal of some kind.
Yeah, well, obviously you can examine to make sure of that and make sure. Do they have belly buttons?
They do.
I knew
Okay.
that was coming.
Very
That is-
shapely and very, very attractive navels. We'll put it that way.
Okay. Okay. Good to know. So they are somewhat attractive. So that means that they can be bred with, which is something. They're not truly demons, red demons. Some kind of creature from some nether place. They're probably mortal or near mortal at least. That's what Roland is as he's going talking about this kind of stuff. They do bleed. What color is their blood?
Their blood is black.
Okay. So their blood is black.
You will understand that. Okay, mortals. When it comes say so, humans, Ateans, Kelfatari, and bearded folk, etc., they bleed green. Okay, Fae bleed gold. These guys bleed black. Oh,
So-
and you've also killed an Atlantean before, so Atlanteans bleed red like we do.
Okay. So we know they're not related to the Atlanteans.
Nope.
The fact that they don't bleed gold, these are not Fae. They
Mm.
don't bleed green, they're not mortals or something else.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see, what other questions can I ask as I'm mixing my thing and having Ilmatar look? Are their teeth pointed or flat?
They're flat,
Okay.
and their
So
teeth
like-
are black.
Okay, teeth are also black, which means their bones probably are as well. So that gold, as he's stirring his pot, looking over the gold in the horns, is that natural? We'll ask Ilmatar that. Or had they dipped their horns in gold or some other substance?
This is my first time seeing one up close. I mean, if you chip away at it, is it gold underneath, or is it just?
It seems like it's naturally occurring. Like you go ahead and go at it with like a fingernail, it'll scrape off, almost like in a gold dust kind of. If your character's familiar with gold dust, he probably has that texture to it. But you say
Are any of them are any of those horns cracked or anything to where we can actually like see the inside?
no, actually.
That can be.
I
fixed.
mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
Mask
you
it.
Pick up something heavy and break one for us.
yeah, you can do that yourself if you really want.
Well, that was going to be my next step here, but that's
Okay.
I was still trying to respect the course, but at the same time, this is for
For
research.
academic purposes.
Yes,
For
it's academic,
posterity.
exactly.
Hey
Right?
guys,
Hello.
Hey, you're welcome back.
So Roland, as he's mixing his poultice, is gonna sort of yell over to Aisha, who I'm sure is probably relaxing nearby, and say, "Have you ever encountered these beings like this?"
encountered what now?
No,
points-
she would not have.
Okay. Or
I'll
have you
answer
ever
for
come,
her. Nope.
or have you ever come across something with black blood? Have any of you come across something with black blood?
Nope.
Other than something that's sick.
Well, never
Yes.
mind,
Well,
excuse me.
there was
Agreed.
there was that creepy thing in the swamplands.
That's well, it
The
was,
the avatar of the tree deity.
but it
That
wasn't
thing had
bleeding.
black. Oh yeah, that was just the sap
Yeah.
it put off.
Yeah.
Well done.
So I'm going to do and this is going to be an esoteric knowledge real quick, because actually, I probably shouldn't, because I'm focused on something else.
Yeah, no, you
So
wouldn't.
I will not be doing esoteric knowledge. He's just basically taking this information in as he's now. Can I be writing something down like on a tablet while I'm doing this, or
I
Or
think
no.
you can do that, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, start
So
with
he's just
one
gonna-
hand, right with the other.
yeah? So
Right.
he's just going to like sort of jot down these little points of interest as he's just basic information about these things. Obviously, they can be killed. They bleed black. They have belly buttons they can be bred with. The gold seems to be natural occurring on the horns, but it's not sure. The horns are, of course, attached, as Ilmatar mentioned. Their skin is red. So, not sure if that red is because they were exposed to the sun. Because obviously, if I get exposed to the sun, I turn red very quickly.
Mm.
But it's a very interesting information to know.
What about the gear they carried?
There you go. Good question.
Good observation. And I'm trying to find that picture that I had for you guys from a couple sessions open. Can't find the damn thing. For whatever reason, I got rid of it. I'll just do it later. Moving on. It looks similar. Now, only Roland would actually have some good field experience with this. It looks like ebon, but it's worked in a different way. Like their art style, their standard of beauty, their and their practice, maybe even the tools are different, makes ebon look differently than the way you would. Like a male shirt on this person is just completely shaped differently, but they're humanoid. So
Okay.
how different could it be? It's still it's mind bending how these guys are. How could they inhabit the same world as you, use the same implements of war, but be so
Different.
strange?
Not knowing enough about ebon to be able to actually make an educated guess about anything, he's just assuming that they either probably have a different type of ebon where they're from, or they've learned to work it differently, independently. He actually postulates out loud, could this be goblin worked ebon?
Could be. Oh, here.
Yosha, have you ever known the goblins or the trow to work ebon?
She doesn't know what Eben is.
Well, that stuff. The black
Uh,
metal. Oh, there we go.
Huh. Would I be able to roll to see if I know that?
No, you don't know what Eben is.
All right. Then nope, don't know.
Okay.
And all I know is the shiny metal that's on my gear is really strong.
It's shiny and it's pretty. I don't know.
Well, the good thing is it doesn't look like it's been stolen from my people, at least. So
No.
it's actually definitely different. So, although he does say if we could pack up some of that gear, I would like to take it with us to have more experienced smiths look at it to see if there is anything else different about it. Maybe it's worked differently, maybe it's harder, maybe it's weaker.
What if it's cursed by evil spirits?
Then myself or Ilmatar can probably handle that. I myself am a priest, and so is Ilmatar.
Priest, that's like a shaman.
Yes, but a much more powerful spirit. We don't devote ourselves to the spirits of nature. We devote ourselves to spirits that are, well, from before the beginning of time, that embody greater things. Ilmatar himself is a priest of the silent monolith, which is a god of all nature, the thing that all spirits, all nature spirits answer to.
The great spirit.
That's one way to look at it, yes. What gods do your people pray to, or do you just pray to spirits?
There's spirits of many things. Spirits of the water, spirit of the forest, spirits in the sky, the great spirit.
Ah, very interesting to know. Roland continues to add a few more little bits and pieces. He actually will go quiet for a bit as he adds some very particular amounts of a certain dried mushroom into this mixture he's doing. And it's obvious that his attention's focused on that. So,
When was the last time you guys have eaten?
Before starting to travel.
that's true. So
Last
probably,
You're welcome to share in what little of the deer will go around with the people.
Your kindness is appreciated.
I'm just trying to think of what Annika would think when this thing sat up and just.
so Roland just
Well, no, he's not wrong. He doesn't speak Drow, so I can understand you, but you can't understand me. That's kind of what that is.
so yeah. So Roland says it's obvious he's distracted. He actually says in his native tongue, "Thank you," which probably sounds similar to what she just said, just a little sexier.
He just adds in some mushrooms and everyone starts speaking weird.
Ayush
I'm
is
back.
gonna look over at him and go, "Are you okay?"
He holds up
Let me go
one
get
finger.
the deer.
I don't think our guest is okay. You may want to check on him as well. And I don't feel the greatest, but things will be okay. I'm pretty sure. I've taken worse.
Yeah.
Ilmatar just raised an eyebrow again.
Well, in regards to Ayosha's current state, it's only been a few hours, but you start to feel really whipped.
Oh, I'm sure my shoulder hurts like hell too.
I think I'm gonna take a nap, guys. I feel like I got barbecued again.
The last time you took a nap after taking severe damage, we put you under rocks and left you.
That was one time.
Hopefully the only time.
Yeah, fair point, fair point, fair point. Permission to take a nap.
Go to bed.
Thank
Granted.
you, sir.
And I reckon with the help of the remaining tribes folk, we'll skin and cook the deer up.
Oh yeah, they'll spend much of the rest of the dying sun of today doing that, and you guys will try and have a peaceful evening with the smell of firewood kind of abundantly around you. There's a few moments of just kind of a haunting sickness that just kind of lingers in the air, especially around where you've left the bodies of these alien raiders. There is something about them that's a little uncanny, unsettling about their dead.
You think we should burn their bodies too?
I would suggest yes. We don't know if with the rising sun tomorrow, they may stand up and begin fighting again for all we know.
And with that, Anakana quickly grabs like a burning stick and works to set them on fire. That's all he needed to hear.
Real damn superstitious. Oh, like, no, we're not. We don't have truck with the undead. Are you kidding me? Nope. So Anakana gets those bodies burning. Make me a conditioning test.
Oh, and the reason Roland said that is the only other one of this kind he's ever seen was
Yeah.
obviously dead.
Right?
And that runs with physique.
Yes, it does. Physique mod.
18.
Hell yeah. Oh, really? Ooh. Okay. Now I need everyone else but Iosha to make a conditioning test. Because Anakana, I'll describe it for you. You start to light their bodies on fire. It starts to obviously cook the flesh, of course, duh. But the scent that comes off of them is unknowably horrible, and you have a few moments of sickening oblivion, but you're able to muscle through it, amazingly muscle through it.
Tears running down my face.
Like, you legit feel like you're about to die of whatever horrible sickness, miasma's coming off of you. Now, Widoma target
16.
16. Oh, okay. Roland,
Mhm.
you legit, honest to God, feel like you're about to die. Feldane is calling you home. Just
Is he praying to that one deity that men who go to the bar and drink way too much praise to afterwards?
No. You're
Yeah.
about to step beyond the veil, sir.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Wow.
Question, narrator.
Oh yeah.
Seeing as how I would have done last rites and burial rites and such of the sort, did we have anything using apothecary where we would mix up certain herbs to mask the scent of the dead?
You guys don't have an embalming process.
No, but will we kind of like plague doctor and just like shove fragrant stuff in there so it doesn't
No, you would not
Smells
have.
so bad.
No.
We
Just
didn't
a
do anything
cloth
like that.
with a cloth with some lavender in it.
Hey, Roland, fuck. Save Risk Death, please.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, when you burn a primordial, they give off a poison gas that
Oh,
yeah, you please save.
that's a physique test, right?
Yeah.
He just falls into the poultice he's making.
God, please don't.
I would not be the only one to have died. Yay!
Oh shit.
Well,
See, this is when when Keith said, "Do you think we should burn their bodies too?" That's when my eyes went wide, like,
What did you roll over there,
Well,
Milan?
11. Anyway,
no!
there's yeah, that's what they do to bodies. They burn them. That would make logical sense.
Technically, hey, technically, with him being over top the poultice, with the scent of the poultice
No,
override the
no,
scent
no,
from the
no.
body.
I like your initiative, but no.
Come on!
Yay! I'm not the only one to die this game.
So
Just met
This
this
kid
guy.
is
He's the
gross.
only one who can actually talk to me out
I
of them,
will.
and he
I
just
will.
falls over.
I
the
will say
shit.
this. I will say this, narrator. Here is what I suggest will happen. At the very last moment, he realizes there's something wrong. And he literally will shove his face down into the poultice, boiling water above it, just above it,
The boiling
and spend a
water.
fate point not to die.
That was okay.
This campaign is so goddamn cursed.
I'm gonna hang on a second, guys. I'm gonna actually pause the recording here. I'm gonna pause 1 moment. All right, my apologies for the break there. Lynx, give us a save risk death, please.
I did look up. Don't let me down, please.
What did you do? Okay. All right. As we're damn it.
The dice gods apparently really wanted her
I'm just
dead.
gonna run back into the hut, guys. I think something's wrong.
So
Okay.
upon the discovering that burning the bodies of the fallen primordials, there's something their bodies react violently with fire, and it produces a poison gas that chokes the life out of those who are breathing it in. We have, in the span of a few moments, lost Roland, as thank all of the gods of writing and secrets and knowledge that he was writing all of this down, save for the poison gas part, before he perished into the pot that he was slaving over, and Iosha dies peacefully in her sleep. A few moments of horror in the face of Anakana as he turns around to see Ilmatar, who returns a look of terror, and you both run like hell. Whatever you have in your hands right now is what you have. You do not have time to pick anything up. You leave. You leave the scene. You run. And with that, I think is where we will close the session for tonight. And we will pick back up in 2 weeks with the survivors of a lingering sickness. This closes the final session of the prologue to A Crown of Autumn. And here we will go into a wider, longer campaign that will lead us to the events of the War of Darkness and hopefully ridding the continent of Aurum of the primordial menace. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. A lot of surprises in this game tonight. And
Always.
the narrator was very much like with Jeff Goldblum face, very caught off guard. And we will have closing soliloquies from Ilmatar first. Go for it, my man.
You're going to run roughshod over me today. My does hate me today. No, shit.
Indeed.
Luckily they didn't really have time to actually wind down, so Ilmatar actually has most of his EDC, including his equipment. But yeah, he doesn't even think. He sees the flames, he realizes something's wrong. He actually looks back to like say something to Roland and literally sees Roland go head first into his pot, and that probably went everywhere. And I'm assuming he looked back at Anakana, probably saw the rest of the villagers just go, and they kind of looked at each other and said, "Peace, we out." Ilmatar would have literally just ran for the closest exit, where that means him and Anakana are actually going the same direction or not. He doesn't know. All he knows is, I don't want to screw with that anymore. I'm getting out. His brain is still in flight mode, and he has not actually even fully realized Ayosha is even dead, and it is not fully set in that Roland is actually dead yet.
Anakana, brief soliloquy from you. Your thoughts of flight right now, please.
Damn. This day couldn't be any worse. All I wanted to do was bring a deer back to the village, but no. Instead, these creatures attack us. We managed to fight them off, but most everybody's dead. Go to burn the bodies and more people die. Oh. Why me? And just gonna run. Just gotta run. Get away from here. Collect myself afterwards.
All right. If I could, however, steal a soliloquy from Roland, his final moments of oblivion, I would very much appreciate it for the rest of the narrative. Hopefully we can carry it forward into the next campaign.
So Roland is sitting there mixing his herbs in this pot. Leans over after he's thinking about. He's actually thinking in his mind about this undead thing they had seen, who had perpetrated the horrible act that they had witnessed at the tree to the south. He reaches for a fairly fragrant herb, picks it up and sniffs it as he always does to take the freshness of it, and he sniffs and then sniffs again because it doesn't smell right. And he literally breathes in very deeply. When he does, he realizes it's not these herbs. And he looks up and he sees Anakana just bolting away from these bodies that are burning briskly there. And he realizes this smell, this horrible stench is coming from that direction. And he takes in a deep breath to yell a warning and realizes that as he does, he can't. The breath will not come. The air will not go into his lungs. Whatever this stench is has paralyzed his ability to breathe. It has blocked the air. He He tried to choke out a warning, a run, the word run, but he can't. And he just looks up at the sky, reaches up, and actually knocks away this mask that he has yet to take off, just almost very feeble, and exposes his face to the sky, to the stars above. And he just looks up, and he just, the last thought on his mind is Feldane, as he falls backwards, his body going limp, as the oxygen just, his body burning it up, and he can't get any more. And he tries once again, unsuccessfully, to take a breath in. And he sees the stars begin to dance, the darkness to begin to flow like water, to begin waves of darkness flying across the sky. And he realizes it's a cloak. It's not the sky. It's a cloak that's passing over his face. He sees this being shrouded in shadows. And at first he says, Feldane, in his mind. And he seems to get an answer and says, no, I'm not he. I'm the one who will take you to him. And the figure reaches down, and he, oddly enough, reaches his arm up, but he doesn't feel like it's the same. The arm he reaches up doesn't have the weight of an arm. It's more of a almost extension of will. And he grasps the hand, and it brings him to his feet. And he looks at his figure and says, who are you? And he says, I am the guardian of the gateway. I'm the one who guides those who pass through to the next life. Feldane waits there. And he looks over to where this fire is burning, and then looks the other direction to where these huts stand there, the stark light dancing across their the front of them, almost dazzling him. But behind that, he sees comfort. And a figure staying there just inside the shadow, not actually being lit by the fire, but the impression being there in the dark. He walks over to it, and the figure, as he gets into the darkness, says, so, what have you learned? And he says, I've learned so much.
And that's where we will end the session.
Okay.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We will be back in a couple weeks.